Hello, and welcome to the Thursday
Morning.
build, where we are building the SAS Jeep.
Yes.
That's me. Yes.
Yes.
Um,
Morning all.
if you're new to the channel or you haven't watched previous episodes, they're all in playlists on the page, on the channel page, so you can catch up, see where we're up to. Yeah.
Cool.
So, how are you guys? How's Gary and Nodge today?
Well, I am okay. I've been a very, very busy week. One thing and another, but today it's calmed down a little bit. So all was modeling. Everything that caused me busyness this week is modeling related.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I did a thing. I was doing that on Monday, which is why I wasn't on the panel show. That was for the video that I pushed out on Wednesday.
Well done on that, by the way.
Thank you. I had a meeting on Tuesday morning about a new Models for Heroes venue. Models for Heroes session Tuesday afternoon. New Models for Heroes session yesterday afternoon, and Shropshire Modelers last night.
Nice.
And today we're back to what is normal.
Yes.
What about you, Nodge?
Oh, didn't go too much today. Bron had a day off, so we went. And she's getting some stuff prepared for her Iceland holiday and stuff. So just keeping her company. That's fine. And I spent a couple of hours just on the Mario and the 1,000-Year Door, which is a really, really good game. Yeah, enjoying that.
Yeah, excellent.
So didn't do much, but had fun doing it.
Well, that's the important thing. As long as you have fun doing it, isn't it?
Yes.
And all yesterday, I spent the whole day basically looking into the wooden kit of the Victory. I've got the Corel 198 version of the HMS Victory, so I believe that'll be starting very soon because I was curious about one particular aspect of it, and I think I found the answer. So, yeah.
Don't talk about wooden ships.
You weren't watching the screen then, were you, John?
No,
I was giving it this.
Needs to be exercised.
Well, what about you, Mikey?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, just been sleeping, watching new series of Wednesday. That was quite good.
Yes, I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen any of the Wednesday stuff.
No,
I really like it. I don't know why. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. Oh, I've been creating some AI images.
Oh, you see, we do like our AI on this show.
Yes. I printed them, got some prints done of two of them, the first two. So, this is one I did yesterday. I'll just put that up here. That's not a print, that's just an AI image for the bus build.
I just want to go, I hate you, Butler, get this bus out of here now.
That's the last thing I do. I'll get you, Butler.
I'll get you, Butler.
So that's pretty cool. And then these ones I got printed off. So go on to focus.
Oh,
how cool is that?
Rather.
So that one's got like a metallic finish on it as well.
I should be
at least I'm no longer jogging alongside.
No, I should be getting myself one of them.
That one.
Oh, that's wow. Nice. I should get myself one of them as well then.
Yeah. They look cool, don't they?
Yeah. And I've just got the right spot for them.
Yeah.
In the toilet. No, on the wall, just to the left.
It is a very lavish production.
Yeah. But the camera doesn't do it justice because you can't see like the metallic finish on it and things.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Cool.
Like where it's orange there, it's like it looks like a copper color. It's like copper.
Oh.
But it's really nice. There we go.
Very cool.
And they're on the merch store.
Excellent.
You can get prints. They're on t-shirts and all that usual stuff. But the prints are really nice.
Cool.
That's all really nice.
Very good.
Yes, I might as well leave it on there. Let's crack on with the comments.
Sure.
Cracking on, sir.
Yes. JT says, hello everyone, interesting Tuesday. We had another quake in New York City area. It was 2.7. The epicenter was 2 towns away from me, doing okay.
Ooh,
Very good.
steady on. Tiffus says, good morning, afternoon, evening, folks. Hope you're all well. Please don't forget to hit the lube button on the way in. Thank you. Lube and subscribe.
JT
Sorry,
says
coffee.
he's looking forward to seeing how Eugene the Jeep is doing. He hasn't been touched in the last week, so let's carry on with him.
I'm doing Gerald the Jeep. JT says, hi, Tiff. Don't say hi to us, will you?
JT says, the quake was so scary that...
He went to the pub for a beer.
Yeah.
There. I should be doing a lot of that next week.
Did he go to the Winchester?
Yeah.
Friends and Malls for Heroes, whoever that is, says, hello, everybody.
Fine, good-looking young man. And GM's in. He says, "And young Hace." Oh, no. Say that for me.
Annyeong haseyo.
Annyeong haseyo all. Sadly, no Tim Tams, no Jaffa biscuits or Jaffa cakes, no hobnobs, whatever those are. Mal will be out searching for drums of them.
Look what I found while shopping yesterday.
Oh,
Jaffa cake, hot honey.
Hot honey.
Yeah. I'm going to try that during the stream.
Honey with chili.
More important than that, John Mayfield of Models for Heroes found hobnob ice cream.
I know, right?
I did see that, yeah.
Oh, what? My world is complete.
I do like
Anyway,
Jaffa.
moving on.
I saw them and I thought, screw diabetes.
JT says, where is Julian? Could have knocked my butt off the hill. Good thing I didn't have Taco Bell for breakfast. Did it once and felt a quickening. Highlander was a good movie.
GM says, Mr. T, don't be losing your head with them sword things. What's Taco Bell? It's a restaurant.
It's a restaurant where they have 30 types of different foods that all taste the same.
JT says Taco Bell is a fast food restaurant here in the States.
GM says, thought it was bell ringers.
JT says, funny how Christopher Lambert played a Scotsman and Sean Connery played a Spaniard via ancient Egypt and found haggis revolting. Haggis.
It was a good film. Yeah.
Spelled Haggis.
And you're right, it is revolting. JT says, Gary, Taco Bell is known for a time-sensitive bathroom visit.
GM says, is that haggis? Yes, it is.
I like haggis.
No, it's horrible.
JT says, I love that scene in Highlander.
And he also says, toss up between Flash Gordon and Highlander soundtracks. Both are good Queen soundtracks. Gordon's alive!
Julian's in. He says, morning all. I'll be on if I find the effing micro SD card reader for the 3D printer. Wouldn't be an issue, except the soldering card is in it. Very pissed off.
There we go. Haggis, something else not seen in the film. Yeah.
And JT says, Julian, thou hast vanquished me as king of the hill, lol.
Julian says, no, Gary did that, John.
JT also says, Gary, the sword player is great and Sean Connery uses a katana.
Yes. And JT also says, so Julian, the people that have sacked the people who sacked the people are now sacked.
Wow. Julian says a Highlander TV series was good too. I haven't seen it. But...
And my wife is watching Outlander at the moment, and that's just glorified porn.
Well, yeah. It is. I got up to the bit where they're now in, I think, New Orleans or certainly in America, and I just sort of lost interest really.
I saw Series 7 DVD in Asda yesterday. £25.
Well, we're only on season 2 still, so they've been to France and they're back in Scotland now.
You've got a lot of sort of soft porn to watch.
There's a lot more porn to watch.
Yeah.
By the end of it, you'll be sweating and all
I
sorts.
must pretend not to be interested.
It's when you forget it and you sit there watching it with Jakey or something.
No!
Who's my turn? Bob says, John JT, beware of the rabbit.
Yes. Julian says, right, back to finding the bleeping micro SD reader.
JT says, Ed Bob, run away, run away.
Run away!
GM says, G'day, Julian. Is there an app to help find missing SD cards? JT, I think you mean Katana. It's Japanese, but means fast hawk. There we go.
And Bob says, Julian, it'll be in the last place you look, obviously, because you stop looking when you find it. Yars.
JT says, yes, spelling has suffered since learning German and needing additional caffeination. Hello?
Julian says, I thought katana was Japanese for sword. No.
Bob says, oh no, the Spielchunker affliction is speeding.
JT says, Julian remembered her as a Mortal Kombat character, as a katana. Okay.
GM says, Bobby, good day. I asked Mikey and Nodge to pass on my email address. John also has my Australia address. If they can send me your address, I can reply in kind. There we go. I shall remember to send it. Bob, remind me after the stream, mate.
And Bob says, Gary, the airwaves have been very silent. I do all OTA, no landline.
GM says, Julian, the Japanese describe a fast hawk as striking like a sword, hence the tie-in with the meanings. Okay.
JT says, to talk about modelling, I got some more of the large cradles done, 1/3 of the way through on the starboard half of the dry dock. Want to get the ship in and do the final bits and bobs. There we go.
Cool. And Bob says, as they both have my email address, plus Nodge has geographic location, includes parts of address that upset spell checkers.
Bob says, who wants to live in Mad Hen?
JT, Gary, I watched a show on History Channel called Forged in Fire, and they made several Japanese weapons. One was a katana on a long stick, lethal weapon. Yeah, we have that over here.
Just hit people with sticks. Bob says, plus 2 hyphens in the neighbourhood name.
Okay.
GM says, Bobby, yes, Welsh can do that to spam checkers. I have a selection of kits that you may like, but I need to correspond with you first outside this site, etc.
Paul Tanker says, greetings, folks. Hope Paul is well. Hey, Paul.
Hi, Paul. And JT said, Paul's in. Now the chat begins.
GM says, Bobby, you would struggle with Korean names. I think I would.
Julian says, Jim, I just read katana comes from 17th century Japanese kata, being one hand, and na being single blade. I'm guessing the origin has mutated over the centuries. Probably.
Yeah, like most things do.
Yes.
JT says, Paul, your fish emoji reminds me of Charlie the Tuna from Star-Kissed Tuna here in the States. You're now talking about stuff I do not understand.
Yeah. GM says, John, not to be outdone, the Koreans have weapons double the size of the Japanese, etc.
Oh, I'll say.
Patrick says, good day, all. Hello, Patrick.
And Jim's in from the Windy City, or
hey.
suburb of the Windy Cities. Greetings to all on screen and in chat. Greetings, Sir James.
Bob says, Gary, sometimes I struggle with English names, especially when they're corruptions of something foreign that has had an attempted anglicisation.
Yeah. JT says, hello, Jim. We had a whole lot of shaking going here in New York City.
Yes, the earth moved for JT. And yes. GM says, Julian, yes, it also depends on who is telling the story on the weapons.
Makes sense. Bob says, attempted making English, I mean, but can't spell.
I speak England very good.
Bob says, ooh, we're waiting.
And JT says to me, he's here. Gary's here. I hope you're well. Yes, I'm very well. I have been very well. I've just been very, very busy.
Excellent. Dorcosaurus is in. He's saying, hello, time to get started.
looks at watch, realizes hasn't got watch on.
GM says, Bobby, if the Koreans don't have a sword or something, they will copy the English word. Can be amusing. A word for something. There we go.
Dorkosaurus says, somebody push the button.
Yeah, that was Tiff.
Do you realise we're nearly 15 minutes behind the chat?
Mm.
This is funny. Tiff says, that was me, Dorkosaurus.
Dorkosaurus says, lol, hi, Tiff.
Joe's in. He says, good morning, afternoon, evening to all. Sorry I'm late, but I had to go to the Gary.
On here, we say we have to go to Dresden.
Dresden. Wow.
Yes.
And squeeze out a Mikey.
Jim says, John, yes, I saw your first comment, John. Seismic activity still going on in the northeast, apparently. Stay safe.
Bob says, Gary, sounds like us and our nearest continental neighbours. French have now Le Weekend and Le Picnic.
Le Picnic. JT says, shame on me. Good morning, Mikey.
Good morning. Dorkosaurus says, good morning, peoples. Good morning, Dorkosaurus. Are you feeling okay?
And Tiff's put the link up for the Redbubble BBC
Lovely.
store.
Yeah.
Patrick says, they look great.
Thank you, buddy.
Ooh, great.
Philip Page says, g'day from New Zealand. Hello, Philip Page.
Good day, Philip. Welcome.
Yes,
G'day,
welcome.
Philip.
And GM says, Mikey, how do you put shirts, jackets on or off with those wing things on your back?
Very carefully.
Scott's in from Tasmania, who says, hello all. He's also about to buy his first ship to build.
Don't do it! Don't
Do it.
do it! Step away from the ship. Step away.
Bob says, to anyone who cares, the prints are very good. Now to make picture frame. Thank you.
Okay.
And Jim says, the AI image of the dragon in the ominous bus image looks like one of the winged monkeys from The Wizard of Oz.
It does.
My pretty.
Duke's in saying, g'day, all you beautiful people. Hope you're all well. I am lubed up and ready.
Joe, we had 11 likes before we'd even started the intro.
That's pretty good going.
Yeah. Jim says, Scott, what ship is that, Scott?
Dorkosaurus says, I'm back. Puppies have had their morning treats.
Very good.
That's
Joe
not
says,
euphemism.
you eat Taco Bell and you'll be in the Gary all day.
Scott says, Jim, it'll be 1 for 350 British King George V.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cameo model?
I'm missing something.
Maybe.
Jim says, Scott, model's excellent. A beautiful ship.
Yes. Dorkosaurus says, I might have gotten 8 hours of sleep in the last 2 nights. Well, it's better than none.
Yeah. Joe says, when I was in Scotland several years ago, I couldn't bring myself to try haggis. Sorry. It's all right.
Oh, it's me, isn't it? Bob says, I will remind you about communications if someone can remind me. Head spinny because pain and memory fade.
Fair enough. Lady Sam's in. She said, popular name for a Japanese sword, particularly the curved single-edged sword, often associated with the samurai, is katana. A gunton is the Japanese army sword. Okay.
Yeah, I read that as, John, why weren't you in that pile under the airfix?
Yeah. I was like you in aisle 2, hiding behind the.
Yeah. with your camera. Lady Sam says, hi, panel and chat.
Hello,
Especially John.
Lady Sam. And Matt's in. He says, hi, all.
Hi, all, Matt.
Dorkosaurus says, good morning, Sam.
Lady Sam says, hi, Dorka.
And Pitskits is in. Kieran, he says, afternoon, everyone.
All right, Kieran.
Lady Sam saying hi to Philip and Scott.
Graham says, good afternoon from the East Nuke. East Northeast UK.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. I've had a disaster. Jim says, hello, Lady Sam, and welcome in Philip Page. Meanwhile, I've had a bit of a disaster. So
Oh,
carry on,
no.
Jamie.
JT says, wouldn't a 3D printed frame with the characters on it be cool? We used to call it the latrine at Scout Camp, the Larry. We used to, the US Air Force certainly call them Cadillacs, which is odd. I think it's because I thought they were, square on the outside and shitty on the inside.
We used to call
Don't
them shitters. Julie says, "Hi, Lady Sam."
We called them the water closet in the Royal Air Force. Lady
Yeah.
Sam says, "Hi, Jim."
I bet he walked in and the edges of the toilet roll was folded neatly and everything, wasn't it?
with the chocolate on the system.
When I was instructing at RAF Shawbury, one of the other instructors, a good mate of mine, used to go across to the sergeant's mess for what he called a posh poo.
Is that one where you wipe? Julian says he's back to finding that effing card reader.
Scott says, "Good evening, Sam." I can't believe you just said that, John.
Lady Sam says, "Hello, Julian," or "Hi, Julian."
Philip's saying, "Thanks, Jim."
Jim saying, "Wishing you well in your search, Julian."
Yes.
And Dogsaur says, "Hi, Julian."
Oh, Ian's in from up the road from me. He says,
Ian.
"Good evening, all."
Aussie Ian's in the house.
Paul says, reference famous folk. Being an old codger, I forgot to mention Hank B. Marvin and Dave Stewart both live about approximately 10 kilometers from me, and personal friend Gordon Fleet, drummer from the Easy Beats.
Nice.
Oh,
Gordon
there you
Fleet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bob says, "Only problem with trying to 3D print an 18 by 12 frame on a 10-inch square print bed is it won't fit."
Well, what you could do is just buy an 18 by 12 inch frame and then just put the 3D print on top of it when you've printed it. Just a thought.
Okay, Graham is saying that East Nuke of Fife. Nuke is an old Scots word for corner. It's a rather different meaning in Dutch. Okay. Or American.
Yeah. Or English. JT says, the whole toilet paper roll orientation is not as important as making sure you have enough on the roll. That's very true.
Yeah.
Right. We've finally caught up with chat.
Huzzah.
Okay.
For now.
Let us go to modelling. Let us go.
We've actually done it about 7 minutes quicker than what we normally do, which is actually pretty cool. Jem says, Lady Sam, hello. Both the Koreans and the Australians have a word for obsessive Japanese sword collectors. I'm loath to swear the words used. All the Koreans do not like the Japanese. There we go.
I understand why. Yep. Right. Very sassy Jeep.
I'm going to try one of these Jaffa cakes. Because diabetes be damned.
Right. What are we up to? What am I up to today?
Well, I'm talking to Mikey before we went live, actually, before we came into the green room.
Right.
Jaffa cakes.
On stage 6, I'm not going to put the chair backs in because they need to be painted khaki.
Okay.
But I've put everything else in. The bonnet is not attached yet, although it might be in the next 10 seconds. And then I'm going to prime all that, but I'm going to prime that later on, not while I'm on screen. So what I'm probably going to do is skip stage 7, which is building the figures, because I want to prime them before I build them.
Mm-hmm.
I might just do some of stage 8 today, which is the
getting your Jerry on.
Getting me Jerry on and me twin Vickers.
They're actually very nice.
What the honey hot honey Jaffa cakes.
So is it spicy, like with a
it's got a little bit of a
pie kind of spice to it?
More like like the fiery ginger biscuits.
Oh
yeah, like that little hot taste at the back of your throat. That's what it's like. But they're really sweet and they're nice.
Ghastly.
But as he said, diabetes be damned with you.
Alrighty. I reckon I will put the seat backs on and whatnot.
So, Snoot Gilladum Elax.
Hey?
How are you?
Yeah, very clever. Very clever.
Jim says, very true, John. Bob says, I'm hating my diabetes right now. Blood's crashed to 4.4 last night, then bounced to 15.3 this morning. Bloody bloods won't stabilize. I've managed to get mine pretty stable. Sometimes, if I don't have dinner, then they'll drop to like 4 in the afternoon. But as long as I have dinner, I tend to be all right. Jim says, GM, all the Korean folks have very good reasons for not liking the Japanese. They left their mark on Korea from 1910 to 1945. Right. A3. Oh, crap. Drop. Take these out of the bag. At least there's not that many sprues in this kit.
No.
Oh, I must admit, the F-35 that I'm doing, the Meng one. Oh, goodness me. Has that got some sprues in it?
Oh, mate, you should see the omnibus kit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
22 sprues in total.
So it looks like today I will mostly be making Jerry's.
Yeah. JT says, Bob, having the same issue. My sugar spikes at night, okay in the day. Jim, Bloody Bloods sounds like a band name. It does, doesn't it? Ian says, good my all. Morning, afternoon, evening. It's a good way of doing it.
Into an acronym. Yay.
Yeah. We like acronyms in the forces. Lady Sam says, Gary, that is true about the Japanese and the Korean not liking each other. Yeah. It is indeed.
Just all known to play
a vampire metal band. Yeah. Yeah. Oop. Right. Where's my glue? There it is.
I'm going to Wolverhampton Racecourse on Sunday.
Yeah. Are you going to wear a top hat?
No.
Is that the GGs?
Yeah, the GGs. Yeah.
I want to see Gary in a top hat and tails.
I look like the Fat Controller.
That's why I want to see it.
Well, I have shares in a horse.
The lame horse that you got.
You couldn't be far from the truth there. He's being retired.
Come on, Bostic. Come on, Bostic. You can do it.
His knees are giving out on him. So I've got to find another horse.
So somebody bought you shares in a horse for your birthday. Within days, the horse went lame, and now it's been retired.
Yeah. Never mind.
So basically, you're just paying to feed it. GM says, Paul Tanker, good day. Is Dave Stewart still married to one of the girls from Bananarama? I did wonder where he disappeared to.
He used to be married to, was it the blonde one?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was before my time.
Bananarama are still going now.
Are they?
Yeah.
I thought they were like my dad's time sort of thing.
No, they were around in the 80s, but they're still going now.
Paul says, luckily, I'm very stable with blood. We keep things stable with our diet. Yeah. I generally do all right with it now. So much so that I don't have to have the 2-yearly optician's appointment anymore. 12 monthly optician's appointment anymore. I only have to have 2 yearly.
I, however, am a very naughty boy.
Yes. Oh, it's Gary's live stream tonight. That means I can have a beer. Yay.
God, is it? Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah. I've got a biscuit and chocolate stout.
Ooh. Someone once bought me a bottle of wine. It was red wine, but it was chocolate flavour.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
See, it goes really well with stout.
It was gack.
I can imagine. Wine's gack anyway. It tastes like vinegar.
No. Wine is nice.
JT says, Gary, I heard a rumour. Julie says, Gary, is your part of the horse's ass?
Yeah.
It's the bum. Gary has Horse's bum.
My mate, who's coming up at the weekend, he's looking for
He's going
shares
to put
in.
it out of its misery.
No, he's looking for shares in a horse that runs on the flat as opposed to one over jumps. And he said maybe we should go in together. And I said, well, with my track record, you might not want to. And the horse comes out of the stalls and runs straight to the burger van.
Oh, knowing your luck, he stood falling asleep in the stalls. Bob says, "Scale mates beware." Yeah. They take a hammer.
I would just say that if my sister is watching, it was very nice of you to buy me a horse for my 60th birthday.
Yes. Well, the horse's bumhole.
And I've enjoyed watching him move into retirement.
And paying for his stable and things. Lady Sam says, my sugar this morning after breakfast was 7.7. After dinner is 6.5. Bobby is having fun with tablets in the morning and one at night. Still has a hissy fit. Yeah, I have my tablets morning and night. Jim says, JT, good idea. John, vampire metal band, I like it. JT says, Cruel Summer is my favourite Bananarama tune. Never heard it.
No.
Jim says, good day, Jim.
Oh, I'll be right back. Robert De Niro's waiting.
Oh. He's going to the Thunderbox.
No. If you obviously don't know Bananarama at all, do you?
Nope. Like I said, it's my dad's time.
Only certain members of the audience will have got that comment.
Yeah, you're old as hell. Oh, sorry, you mean your comments.
Do you know nobody this week up until now has taken the mickey out of me about my age?
Well, that's why you come on here. You miss it.
It's lovely.
You even said before the stream that you've missed us.
Well, yeah.
There we go.
Who else have I got to talk to? Benji.
Hey, don't be dissing Benji. Jim will take you out. Jim loves our Benji, don't you, Jim?
I took Benji for his walk this morning.
I thought you were going to say you took Benji out then.
No, I took him for his
Yeah,
walk.
I've been quiet.
And I had my new earpods on in my ears, and I was able to listen to music, and it made the walk go a lot quicker.
Ooh.
What are we listening to?
Unfortunately, I was listening to modern country music.
Not wrong with that.
There was a bit of Toby Keith, American Soldier, the Boot Scoot Boogie was on there.
I like Soldier's Memoir.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good song.
Bit of Carrie Underwood was on there.
Ooh. Jim says, good day, GM. Julian says, well, at least a retired horse gets a stable environment.
They're hoping he's going to become a riding horse. So, obviously.
Oh, you're going to go ride your horsey?
No, because he's a bloody ex-racehorse. He gets a whip or something, he'll be off like a pin.
Not with you on his back, he won't.
All right.
Joe says, Bananarama, wow. What a coincidence. Watching their videos last night, along with my favourite, Squeeze.
Oh, Squeeze were brilliant.
Okay. Wilf says, Robert De Niro's Waiting is my favourite, but it was long before my time as well. There we go. So how old are you, Wilf? Are you about my age? I'm 37. Bob says, Lady Sam, I was on tablets, but they had side effects. Damaged kidneys, not good. Now on insulin injections, which is not fun when needles are scary. Yeah, they had to change my meds the other week because they realised that it was starting to damage my kidneys. Because that's the sort of fun we go through. Lady Sam says,
because my kidneys are already screwed, they just said carry on as normal.
Yeah, just carry on. Just drink yourself into his
Put
early grave.
that pint down, they said, and
Yeah. Lady Sam says, John, it is my favourite as well. Oh, little mushy. John says, Joe, remember Madness singing Our House in the Middle of Our Street? Yeah. See, I know that one.
I saw them live 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Would you believe at Wolverhampton Racecourse they were
I
doing?
used to like,
What are the odds?
I
We've
used to
gone
like
full
it.
circle.
Suggs did Salvage Squad. That was a good program.
Yeah,
Did you ever watch that?
yeah. When Suggs was doing that,
Yeah. They did a stolly on it, didn't they?
I can't remember.
Yeah, they're all on YouTube, all the episodes.
Because you forget I'm old. I don't remember these things.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They're all on YouTube if you want to watch them. Graham says, Gary, I'm getting the Bananarama references. Mikey, just uneducated. Oh, I'm not uneducated. I just don't listen to that stuff. Julia says Bananarama's heyday was in my era, the 80s. There we go. See, that's why. Jim says, Benji is my canine friend. Paul says, Gary, he is married to Anushka Fish. Duke says, I got it, Gary. I'm the same age as you.
There you go. See,
Gary says, Bananarama is still going. Did see the other two on a morning show when in London. Simon was
Siobhan.
married. Oh,
Siobhan?
that's not how you spell Siobhan.
That's how she spells it.
Dear God. Talk about butchering a language. Was married to Dave Stewart, love in the third degree, John T. Ooh,
Yeah.
Tiff says, if he's going lame, Gary, they won't make him a riding course.
No, he's not going lame. That was Mikey spreading malicious gossip about the horse.
No,
He's got
within a few days of you receiving that gift,
he
he went lame and he wasn't able to race because he was too ill.
He has a problem with his knees.
Exactly. That's why he's your horse. Like owner. Joe says, love them, John.
Albert, if you're watching from your stable,
Your horse is called Albert.
called Albert Hall.
Ah. Lady Sam says, Bob, I hate needles as well. Do you torn things? It may be another problem that my body is not happy with. Ah.
Don't you find, though, if you've got diabetes, you just get used to having needles stuck in you because every bloody few months they're doing HbA1c checks.
I used to be terrified of
taking
needles.
an arm full of blood.
I used to be terrified of needles when I was a kid. And then when I was going to Iraq, I was in the medical centre and I had to have blood tests done. And the captain said, do you mind if I do it? Because I need to do my requalifications because I haven't done it for a while. I was like, yeah, it's fine. And he missed the vein. And instead of taking it out and reposition it, he just wiggled it around until he hit the vein.
Oh, nice.
I've never been afraid since. Joe says, Mikey, look them up. Great music, the best. Yeah. I'll tell you what I did get the other day, yesterday. For £2 and £1, I got a Genesis and a Phil Collins album.
I was gonna say, that's Genesis.
Oh, which ones?
Those ones.
Genesis Live, The Way We Walk,
Oh, yeah.
and
A
Phil
pound.
Collins Both Sides.
And both sides? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So on that, The Way We Walk, is that the number 2? Does that have the
Volume
medley
1.
on it with
Land of
That's what it
Confusion,
does.
No Son of Mine, Jesus, He Knows Me, Throwing It All Away, I Can't Dance, Mama, Hold On My Heart, That's All, In Too Deep, Tonight, Invisible Touch.
Oh,
Other
Yeah.
tracks are available.
I love Genesis and Phil Collins music. But yeah.
They were around in the 80s.
Yeah, but my dad listened to them all the time. So I listened to them all the time. My dad didn't listen to Bananarama and things. As I was aware, Bananarama was that thing on a kids' program.
this one, Volume 2, The Longs.
Oh,
My
yeah.
God. Yeah, so old medley. So Dance on a Volcano, Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, The Musical Box, First the Fifth. You know what I know what I like.
Yeah.
Driving the Last Bike, Domino, Part 1, In the Glow of the Night, and Part 2, The Last Domino. Fading Lights, Home by the Sea, Second Home by the Sea, and the Drum Duet. Amazing. Love it.
I had the original LP of Home by the Sea
Huh.
when I was younger because my dad left it when my mum got divorced. So I had the original LP of Home by the Sea and Home by the Sea 2.
I did see, I think, Gary, you were talking about watching a thing on YouTube with Phil Collins and his son. I saw a bit of that. Oh, my God, you're right. He's not in a good way, is he?
No, he's not.
Bless him.
He's not.
He's still got a bloody good memory, though, hasn't he? He still
Well, he
remember
just
how
was
to
like,
roll
he was
the
asked
concept.
questions about, what did you do for this bit? And he just, just played it, you know. No,
Yeah.
I guess you would.
Yeah. Well, he was saying that's how the famous bit from In the Air Tonight came about, wasn't it? They were doing some recording in the studio, and they were taking a break, and he was just bored, prattling around on the drums, and they just really liked that sound. They put it into the song.
Mm.
Jim says 37 is so much to learn. Yes. Jim says Squeeze or Squeeze Box. I can't remember if they're same renamed.
A Squeeze was amazing.
Jim says Paul T. Dave must have remarried. Not seen him in decades. Paul says I was born with only one kidney, so have to be careful. Yeah.
My dad's
JT
only got one
says,
kidney.
I love the Buggles. Video killed the radio star.
Oh, yeah. Trevor
The only
Horn.
reason I heard that one was because it was on Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. I think it was the first song ever played on MTV in America, from what I understand.
See, I never watched MTV. G for it.
Oh, get out of here.
Go for it says hello.
Hello, go for it.
Hello, go for it.
Hi, go for it. Bob says, who is the first Salvage Squad presenter? Suggs, wasn't it? June says, anyone else in the UK watch Pop Star to Opera Star on TV? No, I don't watch TV. Go for it says, hi, Julian. Hi, all. Hello, go for it.
Hello, go for it.
Paul says, Jem, he married her in 2001. Jim, greetings, go for it. Ian, what? Gary, you don't remember Salvage Squad? What about Scrap Heap Challenge? Yeah, that was good as well.
Yeah, Scrap Heap Challenge. How are you getting on with the new bike, Ian?
Yeah. Lady Sam says, love my 80s music. It's the best era for music.
Yeah,
They like
it is.
80s music. But she was born earlier than me. Timmy says, good day, folks. Got you on telly tonight as I bang my head into coffee table doing the calculus study. Oh,
What?
Tiff says, problems with knees will make him go lame. If he has a rider, it won't be for long. He's better off being a stud. Yeah. Getting employed to just reproduce. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Are we talking about Gary or the horse?
Gary's way past studding. Graham says, try regular blood tests because my son and I are both on warfarin. We're on first name terms with the staff at the GPs.
Yes, I'm 31 years past studying after a trip to Holton Hospital. A quick day surgery.
June says, just looked it up and Siobhan Fahey does spell it properly as Siobhan. I thought so. That's how you spell Siobhan.
Sibohan.
No, that's how you spell Siobhan. That's the proper way of spelling it.
Yeah,
It's Irish, isn't it?
Taking the piss.
Yeah, there we go. We had a Siobhan in our class, and our form tutor used to call her Sibian.
Sibian.
Yeah.
Only
because he knew it wound her up. Paul says, I have INR every month.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
When I had a blood clot in my leg, I had to have the INR checked every month. Every day.
Yeah. Tim says that it's a great album, Mikey. Yeah, I like Genesis. I've got a few Genesis albums. JT says, sorry, go on.
I think I've just made a boo-boo.
Oh, no.
Ew. JT says, Julian Squeezebox is a Who song.
It is. Oh, no, I haven't.
Bob
I thought
says,
I've done the single Vickers, and then it said twin Vickers, and I thought, oh, God, I wanted to do the twin Vickers. I would ruin
the
it.
single because just goes on the rear, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Bob says, old mind problems from vinyl days. How many grooves on the average LP?
2.
Jim says, Tim, my numbers challenged mind. Can't even contemplate taking up calculus. Wishing you well. Yeah. Junior says, I love that Genesis album, Mikey. Got it too. Nice. And he says, JT, as a girl, also a girl group from the early 90s. There you go. Yeah, I like Selling England by the Pound. That was a good album. Love the songs in that. I was listening to Genesis this morning. Jim says, I was thinking we may have to drag Mikey down to London and introduce him to all the artists the rest of us all know. Well, I could, but would it be worth the trouble? No, because I refuse to ever go to London. I will never, ever go to that city again. Never. Don't like cities, and especially don't like London.
And anybody watching from London, especially Mr. Gary Evans, we apologise for.
I like Gary Evans. I just don't like London.
Gary Evans is now saying under his breath, "Oh, thank fuck for that."
Mikey's views on London are not necessarily the same as the rest of us.
Joe says, yes, Genesis was great. Tremendous memories there. Yeah. JT says, Stewie Griffin did a great In the Air Tonight. He did.
Stewie Griffin.
Lady Sam says, hi, go for it. Rock on.
Rock on.
Julian, Phil Collins' solo career was awesome. Yeah, it was. He did
not
really
a bad actor either.
No, and I've got the DVD of Buster. I got that from Asda the other week as well. Joe says MTV played music for about 4 years, then went downhill.
Yeah.
Bob says, okay, got it wrong way round, have I? Who was the second squad presenter? Name gone, as is the order of presenters. Yeah, it was a different guy after Suggs. I think it was the guy that presents Time Team now. One of the presenters for Time Team.
Oh, okay.
Which 4 days ago they brought out a new episode. If you go on to the Time Team YouTube channel, they're recovering a down B-17 in the south of England. A crashed B-17. They're digging that up on it.
Ooh.
So that should be a good episode. Bob says, okay, got it the wrong way. Oh, I've just read that one. Graham says, Robert Llewellyn was the presenter of Scrap Heap Challenge, Series 1 to 10, and Dick Strawbridge did Series 11. Yes.
Major Dick Strawbridge.
Colonel by the time he retired.
Was he?
Major Dick, was he?
Yeah, he was a colonel. He was just known as Major Dick because he was a major at the time of the show. Julian says, 100% agreed, Lady Sam. In my honest opinion, 70s too, some 60s, not so much 90s, 2000s, very little. Yeah. Julian says, BH in Gaelic is pronounced V. It is. Wilf says, I'm only a 90s baby, yet that still stuns young people when I tell them, as that's the olden days to them, and may as well be the 90s. Yeah, I've had this discussion with my daughter, because she's 19, and she keeps telling me how I'm old. Yeah.
Yeah, and how do you feel about that, Mikey?
I think it's funny, and I remind her she's only 17 years behind me.
Just saying.
I think it's funny. On to the next comment. Yeah, I'm saying. GM says, I couldn't remember how to spell Siobhan's name. Siobhan is the Taiwan spelling. There we go. Siobhan. Lady Sam says 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, the best eras for music. Mikey, I'm an early 70s baby. Well, I wasn't born until 88, so I'm more of a 90s child.
It's a year before I got posted to Cyprus.
Same year your daughter was born.
It is.
Lady Sam says, vinyl, how it works and what that means for you. Flypaper, 12-inch LP record typically has one continuous groove per side. There we go. That's actually correct. Julian says, Bob, I have a box of them next to me. I may take my mind off the effing card reader by counting them. 1, 2, right back to the hunt. Yeah, good. Bob says, Mikey's view on London are accurate. Thank you, Bob.
So I
Jem
won't
says,
get drawn into that discussion.
Jem says, Dawn Raid to kidnap a certain dragon lookalike. Any takers? Haha. Paul says, rock on, Tommy.
Rock on, Tommy.
Tish put Time Team official YouTube channel up. So do go and check that out because they've got some really good episodes on there now. They did one where they investigated a World War One training camp and all sorts. And they found loads of interesting stuff on there. Lady Sam says the B-17 is Little Boy Blue. Yes, it is.
That's the one, yeah.
And they've also found another B-17 as well. Yeah. Paul says, watch part of the episode. Jem says, B-17 program is excellent. Saw it yesterday. Easy to cry about. Yeah. I need to watch it. I only saw it. I haven't watched it yet. Bob said, all they found of Little Boy Blue was a lot of blown up bits. Bomb load went off at crash site. Yeah. JT says, Paul, listening to you, I feel the heat. Ooh. Damn you, JT. Steve Paul says, afternoon all, just having a moment and enjoying the banter before the 3-year-old tornado hits us.
Hi, Steve.
Hello, Steve.
Yes, he's got his granddaughter running him ragged this afternoon. Poor bugger.
They did find the co-pilot's dog tags. Yeah. They did an episode where they investigated the Band of Brothers camp as well, didn't they? When they were stationed in England.
Oh,
the Easy Company camp.
That's
Holborn.
Holborn, yeah.
John says, Paul loved the Who's Tommy. Yeah. Graham,
Twin Vickers built.
Yeah. Graham says, Mikey, you were just a bairn. By 88, I was in uni, born in 1970. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
1964 for me. A bloody good year.
It's the same year. It's the year before my dad was born.
Oh, there you go.
Although you're not as old as because she was born in 59.
So,
JT says, listen to his great Who song. Will says, do any of you know about Operation Market Harborough? I went last Saturday. It was good fun. Lots of tanks, armored vehicles, trucks, and reenactors. Nice. Sounds like fun.
I take it that is an event at Market Harborough.
I'd imagine so. It sounds like
it. It's not too far. Or biscuit.
No. Hey.
Yeah, Market Harbour's not that far from us, actually. Leicestershire, isn't it? Or Leicestershire.
Yeah. JT says, did you guys like the band Levenhelm?
Never heard of them.
Correct answer.
Wasn't Levon Helm in the band? Oh yeah. That's what you're asking. Yeah, with the weight.
The wait for what?
You guys don't know what I'm talking about. No, the song
that
take a load off Annie, take a load off me.
Oh right, yeah, yes. I do know the song.
It's called The Weight. WEIGH.
Take a load on. What?
Take a load off Annie.
Don't sing it.
Didn't Bonnie Blue do it?
He wanted me to reiterate. Jesus Christ! It's not singing.
Didn't Bonnie Blue do a version of that?
No, Bonnie Blue's a porn star, Gary. She's the one that slept with 1,000 men in 24 hours.
Yeah, that was Take a Load On, wasn't it? Sorry.
Oh, Christ.
Or take a load up.
Oh, God. So I have.
That deteriorated quickly.
I have managed to build all of the jerry cans.
Yeah.
And the single and twin Vickers.
Well, get you, sir.
I am really going to have to
get priming or something.
Well, yeah, I didn't really want to prime on the stream, but I might have to because I've got nothing else I can build till I prime.
You can build the barrel, the filter and stuff, or the coolant tank.
Yeah, I was going to actually, at the risk of being drummed out of IPMS, I was going to prime that on the sprue.
JT said
Dun!
the weight upon Cripple Creek. Very good. Joe says yes, the band. JT says Levenhelm was the right stuff. Jem says, well, yes, Harbour is a good show. Mr. Hughes' YouTube channel is interesting. I know his dad. Now there's a man with patience. Will says, looking forward to the Yag Panther Part 2 stream tomorrow as I'm thinking about getting that kit myself.
Yeah,
you should. It's a nice kit.
It's a nice kit. Very nice kit. As is this one. This actually, as I said last week, it's a 50-plus-year-old kit and it still goes together really, really well.
Yeah. Aaronville says, hello all, bit late, did I miss much? Also, by the way, John's name appears as Nodge.
Yes. Thank you.
I don't know why that is.
Got no idea why that happened.
No. Who did that? Modders, was that you?
She'll put you in the void.
Should we put the fingers up to me in the background in a minute?
Yeah.
Paul says, I worked with a bloke who was in Darwin when a Liberator crashed as it was about to take off. Said it was hours before anyone could move because of all the bombs and bullets flying around. Yeah. JT says, do you guys also like Molly Hatchet and Leonard Skynard? I like
Leonard Skynard.
Well, whatever his
Crikey,
name.
Skynard.
Blimey!
Get some time up, Mikey. What the hell?
There's no I in it, is there? And it's not well.
Leonard
Skynard.
Well, I'm sorry. I presume the English spoke English.
Right.
Leonard Skynard. Freebird. Was it Freebird?
Sweet Home Alabama and things.
Do you know that song was number one in 3 different decades by 3 different bands with 3 different songs? Sweet Home Alabama was the first one. The second one was Werewolves of London by...
Yeah.
I can't remember who that guy was.
And
the third one was...
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
Yeah. Tiff says, don't blame me. That was all you. I don't know what you're talking about. Bob says, how do we avoid the void? By not being an ass. If you start being an ass, then you get put in the void. Simple. Will says, yes, Gary, Mr. Hughes is going to upload a video about it, I believe anyway. Saw him a couple of times at the show, chatting to people and driving his various vehicles. Yeah, he has a Foden, which is what I used to work on all the time.
Joe says, can someone else read the band names? Mikey just ruined my whole young life.
Tiff says, yes, Gary, Freebird is my favourite of theirs.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Paul says, Mickey. Sorry, go on.
It's a great tune.
Paul says, Mickey, wash your mouth out.
Yeah, you've really... You may have committed something of a sin there.
It's all right. It's my channel. I can commit all the sins I want. JT says, the Smell is my favourite song by Skynyrd. See, it just doesn't look right to me. Somebody burst you, Gary.
No, I'm airbrushing. Do you want me to mute?
That's all right. I just thought somebody popped you or something then. Sound like you were deflating. Oh, actually, yeah, maybe.
Hey?
Yeah, mute it.
Okay.
It's quite loud. Ian says, I'm really enjoying my new motorbike. The sit-up style is easy to ride compared to the sports bike, but there is no wind protection, so I get cold shivers when the sun isn't out. Yeah. I like the more sit-up style bikes. GM says, Paul T, we did an area search for missing B-24 in the Gulf country. Did find the remains of 2 of the missing crew. There we go. Jim says, JT, appropriately though, Skinner's first name was pronounced. Oh, was titled pronounced. There we go. Ian says, Warren Zevon sang Werewolves of London. There we go. Ian says, I like all those versions. There we go.
Getting back to the band for a moment. They're on this album, the Roger Waters version of The Wall. So when the Berlin Wall came down, they did a massive concert in Berlin, as you see it there. And it's Lee Von Helm and the band there in the middle. So they sang Mother with Sinead O'Connor, and it was fantastic.
Ah, there you go. Tim says, pronounced, Le Nerd Skin Erd.
God, I think the whole world cringed.
Ned, Skin Ned. Tim says, great album. GM says, I call in on the Hughes family when I'm in the area. We do go for a thrash in one of the Centurion tanks. Fun. C6. Kind of helps if I look on the right frame, really.
A1 and A2.
I think just put loads of additional jerry cans on there.
Yeah, but you can put them where you want.
Yeah.
If you look at the last page of the instructions, they've given you them for extra detailing. So you can have little bags and things hanging off the side of it as they would have been.
Yeah, like a jingly truck.
I don't have a gear stick. Number 2 or A2.
Oh.
Oh well.
It's all right. Use a screwdriver. It'll be fine. That's what I used to do. Got sent to go and fix a gearbox on a Land Rover once. The light aid attachments had tried to fix. And they sort of took the gear stick out from the top. They tried to fix it through the top, through the cab, by taking the gear stick off it and everything, and losing half the parts. So they couldn't. They said, "Oh, we can't move it." And I said, "Why not?" And they went, "Oh, the gearbox is knackered." Like, right, okay, so got it and I went, "That's why you can't move it. You've took the gear stick off." I was like, how can I get this back to the workshop? So I just got my biggest flat blade screwdriver and just stuck it in the slot where the gear stick goes and used the screwdriver as a gear stick. It worked. Joe says, I believe they were named after the physical education teacher in high school or junior school.
Leonard Skinner?
Ooh. I don't know.
No idea.
JT says, Joe, give me 3 steps. Duke says, at least you didn't say core. Well, corpse.
Corpse.
Yeah. But he's misspelled corpse.
Yeah, but, phonetic.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mispronounce that.
No.
One of the things we say is it's fine day in the core. If we're having a good day. And if we wanted to wind the infantry lads up whilst we're on a combat fitness test. Because they had to carry twice as much weight as we did. JT says, a good song, Flirting and Disaster by Molly Hatchet. Here's another Bonnie Blue song, Show Me the Back Door. Yeah, wow, we're only an hour into this, Well, an hour and 5 minutes.
Hmm.
And it does not feel like it's been that long, honest. I suppose the good thing about these to make kits is you can just quickly put them together, can't you?
I'm trying to work out like how I'm going to get the steering wheel. I'm trying to line everything up so I can have the driver removable, if that makes sense. It's going to be a bit of a juggle. I think I might have to just have him stuck in place and then just paint it all with him.
Oh shit! Well, this is something
seated.
me and Gary were discussing before we went before the live. The steer. If you look at the instructions, the steering wheel is part of the driver.
Yes.
So the best thing to do is not put the back on the seats, and then once he's in and in position, once he's painted, then put the back on the seat.
Nah, I'm going to go a different way. I think I'm going to glue them in place, paint the whole thing dark yellow, and then pick out the pieces of the blokes.
Yeah. Ian says, I was going to join in the Jeep build, but I started a 124 Subaru Impreza World Rally Championship 99 instead. Was that the Colin McRae one? JT says, the band just had that sound.
Yeah, they're great.
Paul says, another friend of mine was working on a Centurion in Narn. When the Tet offensive started, he heard a couple of shots and dived into it for cover. I wonder if he worked with your dad then, John. Because
my dad didn't deploy to Vietnam.
Well, no, I know that, but he would have been part of the same unit.
Yeah, he would have been.
Because there weren't, the Australians don't have that many REME units, do they?
Oh, they're far and wide. But tank workshops. Yeah, there's not too many of them. There's a Puckapanel.
Yeah. GM says, did take lots of pictures inside the Cent. Got 4 AFB kits awaiting assembly. Got 3 Jeeps as well. Got a real one I keep at the airport. We use for towing the small aircraft about the place. There we go. Huh. JT says, then there's CCR, born on the bayou and run through the jungle. There we go.
Better run through the jungle.
Don't sing.
You know, many people wouldn't call it singing.
Doesn't matter what they would call it. It's what YouTube classes it as that's important.
I've been doing this over a year and you haven't had one airstrike where I've been concerned. Where I've been concerned.
Tell you. Will says, I keep having dreams about spiders. I think it's my subconscious trying to tell me that there's one lurking in my bedroom. Possibly. Joe says, I built that SAS Smear Jeep last year. Loved it. Nice kit. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I think I'm going to glue old mate in place and paint him later. No, bugger it. That won't work. I'll have to do the legs at least. Stupid man. Stupid man. All right. Now the second guy.
C7 and C11. JT says, funny it feels like a Monty Python song. I feel like singing. There we go. Still got 27 people watching.
Crikey.
Yeah. Doing well. The channel has gone a lot. It's getting a lot more views and stuff lately.
They appreciate my singing.
No, nobody appreciates your singing. You lie. We appreciate your humor, not your singing.
And my political views.
No.
No, sir.
No, sir. YouTube's already starting to put things behind age verification walls because of bloody politics.
Well, because I'm a big fan of huge corporations that don't pay taxes. So why should I do what they want?
Because it's my channel. I'm not having you screw it over just because you can't be asked doing it, playing by the rules. How's that for an answer?
Sir, yes, sir.
Paul says, my son was at Pucker for his training.
Ah,
It was a long march from cadets.
nice singing.
I wasn't singing, I was just talking.
That's what I was doing.
No, you weren't. JT says, I've only seen 2 Monty Python films, Meaning of Life and The Quest for the Holy Grail. Life of Brian and Monty Python's Flying Circus are 2 good ones as well.
Oh, you've got to watch Life of Brian. Yeah, it's one of the best films, funniest films ever made.
Yeah. Tim says, John, I temporarily fixed the wheel in place so I could set the arms in the correct place, then removed the wheel and the bloke, painted all separately.
Ah, okay.
There we go.
Yep. All right, I'll do that.
Listen to the master. JT says, Pucker, that was, thought it was Puka. Oh, Pucker Punyal. Joe says, John, sing some Skinnerd with that Australian twang would be big hit here in Mississippi and Alabama.
Wow. That's the concept, isn't it?
JT says, I get the mispronunciation. Well, yeah, because in English, Y is pronounced Y or yeah in lowercase. But in Welsh, the letter Y is pronounced I. So in Welsh, it would be Skinnerd. But in English, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're still wrong.
JT says, not alone in that. Yeah. Problem is, I don't care enough to actually learn the correct pronunciations of things like that. Ian says, I really thought fitting those dampers next to the leaf springs on the Jeep. And this Subaru is the Richard Burns version. Ah, Colin had left to drive Ford's new Focus at the time. Yeah. Tim says, Dire Straits would blow your socks off. Oh, yeah. Dire Straits is brilliant.
Yes.
Especially Brothers in Arms.
Alchemy. Brilliant album.
Alchemy, they've all got it in for me. GM says, the Jeeps will certainly outdo any of the modern land barges. We go up around the mountains and pass all the stuck, bogged barges and SUVs. Yeah, the Land Rovers were the same, to be fair. They could pretty much go anywhere, same as the Bedford 4-tonners. JT says, Mark, no, oh no, Jim says, Mikey, what about the word links? How do you pronounce that? I pronounce it as in links. JT says, Mark, not flirt, money for nothing. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on from pronunciations now because it's getting boring.
Mm-hmm.
What have you got planned for your model making for the rest of the week, John?
As I mentioned at the start of the stream, I'm really interested in starting the Victory. I haven't been at the bench today or even yesterday. So yesterday I spent the day just going through the books and all the different sheets of plans for the ship, trying to work out. I could show you on a thing what the problem is, but I'll leave that for the actual, So I'll start doing that live stream on YouTube's.
Yeah.
But it'll take a while. It'll literally take a couple of years. But I think I'm going to do it anyway. I can turn a camera on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to. Goodness gracious! Let me show you a thing. There's a thing. So this is so mentioned before that the HMS Surprise, the ship in the Jack Aubrey, Stephen Maturin novels of Patrick O'Brien, is just about to be released by Vanguard Models in the UK.
Yeah.
Now, let me find it. Oh, not that one. No, I'll be a minute finding it. But it's worth saying. This thing's incredible.
Whilst you do that, I will go through the chat. JT says, I like Sultans of Swing. Yes. Gino says, hello, Mikey, John, and Gary. Hello, Gino. JT says, Mark Knopfler is Scottish, I believe. Probably. Gino says, and hello to everyone in chat. JT says, HMS Surprise, Master and Commander. Yep. Ian says, my dad went on that march in the 80s to keep Land Rover British as Ford was sniffing around. Dad loved his Land Rovers. He worked on them for decades. I love Land Rovers. They're great. Fun to drive as well. Joe says, Gary, saw your video on Friday's Models for Heroes. Friends of Models for Heroes. Loved it. Forwarded to many friends here in the States. Received very well.
Very
there you
great.
go, Gary.
Thank
You're
you.
famous in the States. If he's still there and he hasn't died. Because we've not heard of him for some time.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for the feedback. It's much appreciated. And I did answer your comment that you made regarding Models for Heroes thing in the States. I've got a feeling, as I said in my comment, that I think it's one of the guys from the Plastic Posse podcast is considering doing something along those lines. But don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure which one it is.
Mm-hmm. Aaronville says, John, the Victory build sounds good. What is your YouTube channel for the build videos on it, and when would you do it? Scale modeling twins.
Scale modeling twins, and probably starting next week. Now, if you read the last few comments, I'll quickly scroll through these photos and show you.
So Tiff put John's link up. Graham says, my Series 2A short wheelbase Landy is the only one of my old cars I regret selling. Yeah. Gino says, yes, Gary, it was very good. See, I always loved driving the Defender 110.
Okay.
It was fun.
Gary Morris, look away now.
Let's make John big.
So these are the well, let's call them sprues for want of a better word. It's all laser cut. So this is the HMS Surprise by Vanguard Models, and as you see, there's lots of sheets of these with everything is pre-cut for you. The deck's already marked with the tree nails and everything else. Lots and lots of all this sort of wood. The carriages, like it's just this exquisite kit. Yeah, look at that. So it goes on. There's so much of that. Then you get into clear parts, decals, copper plate, the cabin floor for the master's cabin, captain's cabin. That's a rudder. Brass for all the rails and fittings and the hammock nets. Yeah, all the little hooks and stuff like that. It's a gold there for the decorations at the back. 3D printed ship's boats.
It's all filth.
All the accoutrement, the string cannonballs, all that sort of stuff. And look, 3D printed stove, chimney, I don't even know what some of these things are. But isn't that amazing? Like for a wooden ship kit, and you get Jack Aubrey, and the figurehead and all that sort of stuff. It's like a Greek sort of guy. Yeah, anchors, chairs. This is all the cabin furniture. And it goes on from there. So scrolling down a bit, that's the top, fighting top, and very quickly there we go. That's how it sort of goes together.
And it uses almost as much wood as the real ship.
Yeah. So this will be literally thousands of dollars. I think it'll be close to $3,000 Australian. So probably 1.5 US and UK.
Yeah.
But oh my God, it's got I've got a bit of deflection just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting and it shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah. There we go. Gino says, yes, Gary, it was very good. Aaronville says, thank you, Tiff. Patrick says, can you put Gary's link up, please, Tiff? JT says, John, that's a nice kit.
Oh.
Tiff put Gary's link up.
I do apologise. I've gleaned that there was quite a few comments about the video that I did on mental health. Thank you very much. I wasn't ignoring you. I was spraying and I couldn't hear 100% what was going on. But thank you very much for your kind words.
There we go. Bob says, finally got net working long enough to check IMDb. Lee Hurst was the first Salvage Squad presenter in 02, and Suggs did 03 and 04. There we go. JT says, are the pins in the pin rails for the pin rails photo etch?
I'd have to double check.
For God's sake.
Bob says, hoping Thunderstorm has ceased and won't kill my OTA connection again.
So I've just spent the last 5 minutes or so spraying everything with primer, and then I forget to do those.
The guns.
Always the way.
JT says, Gary Morris, lol. And Patrick says, thanks, Steve. There we go.
And I also forgot to do those as well.
Oh.
Right.
Well, as my compressor seems to be glowing.
Yeah, they do seem to be getting very hot at the minute, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's the warmer weather we're having.
Yeah. What I've started doing is hanging my little desk, because I'm on a corner desk. I hang my little desk fan upside down on the corner in the corner of the desk.
Yeah.
So that it's pointing
I
straight
actually do that because that's in a corner.
Yeah.
But anyway, not to worry. So I am now completely stuffed for the rest of the stream because that primer's got to take 24 hours to dry.
No, I usually do it after about, as long as it's touch dry, you're all right to paint on it.
So?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Oh well, I'll give it 15 minutes then.
As long as you're not doing, as long as you're careful, you're not like constantly sticking your grubby fingers all over it and things.
Yeah. Oh no, I won't touch it. Would you like me to do the comments for a bit?
Go on then. There's only two.
Joe says, Joe says, be right back. Time to feed the catfish. My auto feeder needs a new battery, so I must hand feed.
You sure you don't want me to read the comments, Gary?
Gary Markham says, needs ballast. It will tip over in the bathtub, fish pond otherwise. Best place for it. Ian Ellison says, I will watch the FOM4H video after this. Oh, thank you, Ian. It's only a short one. It's only 5 minutes. But it will lead on, I'm hoping, to our next live stream, which will be more of a discussion about scale modelling and mental health.
Yeah.
Almost a serious discussion.
Almost.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll manage to get some sort of comedic value from it.
Yeah, we usually do. I don't know how, but we usually do.
Obviously in a harmless way.
Yeah.
So, GM says, Mr. Morris, put a fan near your kit to dry it quicker. Yeah, I could do that.
It'll be all right.
Oh, sort them sea lines out, John.
Yeah.
He's not doing that really. He's just carving out an extra big bulge for him.
He's just taken a very sharp knife to his.
Yes.
Jim says Gary Morris reads comments very well. I much prefer it. Ha!
Oh, sod you then, Jim.
Ah.
Tiff says use Marion's hairdryer, not on your Nelly.
Marion would castrate him.
Yeah.
Don't use it on your
They're
nether
in a
regions.
handbag anyway, so you can just have to
What?
burn it. John Thompson says, John, can you scan pictures of the HMS Surprise kit and put them on sheet styrene and build a model from styrene?
Oh no.
It's
No,
still going to be a floaty thing.
I can. Chris Watton at Vanguard Models has spent literally years doing that. I'm not going to take his intellectual property. I'd rather buy his kit and support him.
Yeah. Paul Tanker says Mark Knopfler going home.
Great song.
Bob says so tempted to send Shelfie a boat, wooden of course, to put on a wooden shelf. Might end up in a wooden bin.
Oh, you could send him the test print boat, Boaty McBoat.
No, I don't do floaty things. Bob says missed word kit. I have one floaty thing in my cabinet, which is to remind me of why I don't do floaty things. Bad things happen. JT says, poor Gary, the word is like, we're not going there. Ian says, put a fan next to the model to dry quicker. I can set off driving soon, Gary. See, what, as a fan, you're going to sit there and in front of the model and it'll dry quicker.
Just sit there and blow on it.
I'll tell you what, before Telford, Ian, I'll get a load of priming done and I'll take it to Telford. You can sit there.
Yeah, that's your job at Telford, Ian.
Yes.
He'll pay you in hot
Telford, we're starting to talk about it. Beginning of August. Won't be long.
So this, incidentally, isn't a knife. It's a ceramic scraper. So obviously, compared to an actual metal one, it's a ceramic thing. So what it doesn't do is like bounce across the surface and scrape off too much. It just simply does a seam and doesn't dig into it. But they work really well. It's an SMS one.
What I have seen done is the reverse side of your craft knife can be used as a scraper.
Yeah, I guess good.
Yeah, this side where my finger is. I hope that's the right side, or my finger's going to spurt red. No, it is. No comments. Oh, yes, there is. GM says you would need termite protection for the wooden boat, not a problem for the plastic kits. Haha.
No.
And Aaronville says, John, how do you paint the wooden Victory? You will do. How do you paint the wooden Victory? You'll do.
As in, okay, so there's different schools of thought for wooden ships. A lot of people like the actual wooden look. I prefer to go for realism. So yeah, it'll be totally painted. The deck, not so much. But yeah, I want to do it in the newer sort of scheme. So not bright yellow lines, more of a salmon, but it's sort of diluted.
So
I would put a primer coat of paraffin or lighter fuel on it, and then do the weathering with a match. Paul says the only I thought was a 172nd Roman galley made by a French company.
Oh.
JT says, Gary, would you consider naval guns based ashore still floaty? No, I wouldn't. And also, you can get like the kits of the Yamamoto guns, just the guns.
Oh, yeah.
The 135
those I would do, but an actual floaty thing, no. Wilf says, worth mentioning that I finally applied some decals to my 172nd Sherman Firefly last night. bit of a pain at that scale.
Yes.
I love decaling. I really, really, really like decaling. So I quite enjoy that. The good-looking Marley's in.
Hey.
He says John needs a ceramic scraper because he can't use the back edge of a knife. He simply refuses to do things backwards.
Oh.
So he told me once. Aaronville says, John, is there a special wooden paint for models? Yeah, paraffin.
Yes. So I use Admiralty paints. So yeah, they're by Caldercraft.
Admiralty?
Admiralty. So yeah, yellow ochre, red ochre, black, metal black for the guns, dull black for the fittings, and matte white for the other bits and bobs. So these are acrylics, and they go down really well.
I was just going to do a visual gag with a lighter, but I can't find my lighter. Oh, never mind. Bob says, got a couple of aeronaut floaty things to build. 30-inch and 24-inch.
Ooh.
Graham says, Gary, didn't you build the Shannon? And that, Graham, is the one floaty thing that's in my display cabinet to remind me of why I don't build floaty things.
Well, you enjoyed the kit. You just didn't enjoy the shelf.
Bad things happen. The gods of modelling vented their spleen upon me. JT says Midwest Models had paint for wooden models. Very good.
Okay.
And GM says YouTuber Harry Houdini Models. He's based in Brisbane, loves building wooden floaty things. He has the knowledge for colours and all the stuff you need.
Yeah.
Is that,
John
the guy,
doesn't like it.
is that the guy who looks like Captain Birdseye with the beard?
Yeah. That's the guy. I sent him pictures of one of my wooden ship kits, and the next day it was up on his channel as he built it. So I don't talk to him.
He doesn't like Airfix either, does he?
It's not that he doesn't. No, it's Tamiya.
Is it
No,
No,
Tamiya?
he was complaining about the Bristol Bulldog having interior detail. Like that's a problem.
Bob
It's not
says
so much
Harry
that he doesn't-
Houdini also supplies ratline jigs.
It's not that he doesn't like Tamiya, it's that he doesn't like the way people fanboy over it. When really they're pretty basic kits.
No, it's more to do with he just likes the clickbait ability of a title saying why I hate Airfix.
Yeah.
Airfix Tamiya. So no, I'm not a fan. There's not many modelers I don't like, and yeah, he's up there.
I can think of a few you don't like.
Spank.
How many jerry cans? Okay.
Yeah, there's loads, isn't there? There are literally. I just noticed when I was priming on the sprue, there's a load more.
Yeah.
On one of the sprues.
Is there any point in painting a bloody bonnet?
There's another 4 jerry cans to build on another sprue. But, yes.
Right.
So I don't understand how I missed priming these when I primed that one.
Oh, okay. Those guns pointing in 2 different directions.
Yeah, they are, because I've done it so that they can move. As they would be able to in real life.
Well, they would, but they'd move as a pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I haven't put the supports in yet.
Oh, okay.
Because I forgot.
Apparently, you've got to make the jerry can rack from plastic card.
Yeah, it's easily done. Jim says Harry Houdini, one of John's great Australian mates. In fact, he may be John's Aussie version of Peter Oxley.
Well, I like Peter Oxley more than I can tolerate the other guy. I think he's a bit of a flog, you know.
Ian says, "Lol, brilliant, Jim." We all have our views and opinions.
Sure, I'm going to do the 50 cal on it.
I like I think when I built this kit before, I did put the 50 cal on it, so I'm doing the twin Vickers this time.
Mhm.
C22.
Miss.
Bingo. Bingo bongo.
Bingo bango bongo.
Yeah.
All right. I think that seat is on the wrong angle because old mate.
I don't
It's a big-
dislike any modelers or any YouTubers because I'm a nice guy. I'm not an asshole.
Yeah, okay. So what happened was there was a guy asked him a question on one of his YouTube videos about wooden ships, and the information he gave was wrong. So another guy came on and said, well, actually, it's like this, and gave a really good, concise, straightforward answer. And Harry Houdini went off at this bloke. So I was on his private sort of like page thing at the time, and I just sort of sent him a message to say, I really think you owe that guy an apology because, he's 100% correct. Like, and you're clearly wrong in this case. And then I just left the private chat. And the next thing that happened, he put out a 20-minute video rant because he was pissed off that some guy had, abused him on his private channel, but then left and he didn't have the opportunity to block me. I just thought, you are a fucking idiot, So no,
To be fair, that was a bit of a dick move, though. Send him a message, say something, and then just delete yourself.
Why? So people are always going to be pissed off if you're on a forum and you announce that you're going to leave, and everyone says, it's not a departure lounge and stuff like that. So if you do the opposite and say, I just don't want to be here, and you just leave, I mean, what's the best way to do it? You can't announce yourself.
No, that's not the problem he had. The problem was you said something to him and then didn't give him the chance to respond before you left.
How do you think he would have responded?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It's the polite way of doing it, isn't it?
I would have done exactly what John did.
Yeah, I can see both sides of it. That's the thing.
JT says a good reference modelling from stem to stern by Milton Roth. And Peter says, cheers all. Thanks once again for the uplift. You will always keep the black dog away. See you anon. Yeah, you've got to keep that black dog away.
Yeah, man.
And look after yourself, buddy.
Yeah.
JT says, modelling from scratch by Edwin Leaf.
C20.
And Julian says, question, are those Vickers K machine guns on the Jeeps as they should be?
Yeah.
I don't know.
GM pours petrol on the fire. Dueling pistols at dawn. JT says, have both books and they are good.
There you go.
All right. So clearly, I had the wrong angle of the seats here. I put them sort of midpoint, and they were completely wrong.
They've got to be further back.
No, further forward. So they sit in the guy's
pretty much vertical.
Back. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Paddy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think as far forward as you can glue them, and that should be just about right.
Just about.
Oh, much better. Much better.
C14.
Miss.
There it is. Oh, about 20 minutes left. Right. That goes on that way. Okay. Ooh, more comments.
No, there's not. I can't see them.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not. I can't see that. Julian says, John, reference the dueling pistols. The hollow long bit points away from you. Helpful look.
Oh, gee,
JT
that
says-
was a close call. Thank you very much.
JT says a pirate was on the Wheel of Fortune. He asked for an R.
Arr.
Well, daughter's in. Hello. Hello, Kerry Ann. How are you?
Hello.
And Kerry Ann says, goodbye. Too much to do. Have a great time. She's very busy at the moment.
Oh, good on her.
She's going away next week with her mum for a week.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're going away to Herefordshire for a girls on tour trip. Julian says,
Oh.
afternoon, Kerry. I'm sure Kerry Ann would say afternoon to you, Julian, if you were still here.
Right.
Jim Aldcott says, to John Marley, truthfully, John, very sorry to hear about Mr. Houdini taking credit for your work. That's not right at all. My comment was meant as a joke. I apologise for making light of the issue.
No, it's obviously it's fine. So obviously I'm a little bit embarrassed to give somebody a spray like live on YouTube and stuff like that. But the guy is a flog, and I think there's not many people in the modelling community that not everyone is a nice guy, but most people are, and he's behind the scenes he is just a two-faced arsehole.
John Thompson says, Mr. Christian, Mr. Christian.
Say it like you mean it, John.
Yeah.
So he was saying, I shouldn't have blown up at this guy, whoever he was, but he was clearly a nobody. And I was suffering from gout that day. I'm thinking, go to free fucking medical. Stop being a dick.
Well, how
That
you
it?
feel? Yeah,
That it?
yeah,
Comments?
yeah. No,
You said there was loads. Oh, GM says, I have had words with Harry as well, but not at DEFCON 3. I did invite him to come over to Korea to look at working with me on the TV network. He mumbled words about he could not travel but wanted money.
Yeah, sounds right.
Jim says, to moi, for a week. Will it be a week of the Gary and Benji show? No, unfortunately, my very good friend from Swindon is coming up for the week. So I will be away from the bench all week next week, entertaining my good friend Ian.
yeah, there we go.
And Patrick Clark says, Steve Frisk model shipwright is very good.
Oh, he's very good. Yes.
There you go.
No more comments about Harry, please. Just it's just not good viewing.
Let's move on from that, shall we?
Apparently, you got to make a gun belt, so stuff that it's going to be the light version. I'm not intending to any.
Make this belt using plastic card runners. Okay.
JT says, John, sorry about the guy. I am glad you are not rivet counters who pick apart others' work. I gave up modelling railroading over it. Plus, companies were going out of business. Yeah,
Nobody wants that.
Subscribe to the rivet counting. I model for me and me alone. And if people don't like what I do, I don't care.
I think so. I think I'll do the light version. I don't think I'll.
I can't bother making a gun belt.
Well, so are either of you two doing the heavy version?
Yes,
I was going to, but then you got to make him a belt, ammunition belt for the 50 cal. I was like,
yeah, I'll give it a go.
Okay. Maybe I'll just go for just a different arrangement of.
Oh, well, you can, can't you? Because they would be individualized.
Yeah.
By the crews that were operating them. They would. It wouldn't be a standard loadout. Let's put it like that.
No.
Yeah, I think I'll just do what floats my boat. Sorry, that's a dirty word there, Gary.
Too much of that stuff. I'm feeling a bit seasick. Too much ship stuff being spoken. Going back to my comment about rivet counters and all that. When I build a model, I enjoy the building, I enjoy the painting. When the model's complete, it might as well go in the bin as far as I'm concerned, because I have no attachment to it then once I've got a photo of it.
Yeah.
Julian says, Jim, it happened to me years ago. I sent them a photo of me. They said it wasn't me. Some twat had been using it to pretend to be me.
Oh.
Ian says, good to hear John's gotten over it, Ducks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Ask me how
Julian
my
said-
relationship with the Air Force is.
Julian says, my response was, he's pretending to be a 4'8" disabled short ass because. And he says, laugh my ass off, Ian. Joe says, no politics, how things change. While feeding the catfish, large flock of Canadian allies came over and my German, Axis, chased them away. Darn Canadians, go home. Ian says, sorry, John, I'm 30 seconds behind on the stream. And Duke says, Gas Patch has made 50 cal gun belts.
Ah.
And Joe says,
So-
quit pooping on my lawn. Yeah, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, Joe.
Yeah, I have an alibi.
Jim says, Julian, that sucks, Julian. The 21st century techno world is fraught with criminals and just plain bad people. Speaking about words, Howard Skip did a skit with Willow at Doodle Doo, funny part of his movie Private Parts. And Joe says, good German Shepherd I have. Yeah, my son's got a German Shepherd, big black, long-haired German Shepherd called Flo, because if you spell her name the other way around, it says wolf.
Oh,
Makes sense.
And he used to have a greyhound who was called Molly, and she was referred to as the land shark. And we've got Benj, who was referred to as twat.
See, what you should have called it is God, because that would have been backwards for dog. And then you could have walked around going, God, God, where are you, God?
Unfortunately, I didn't. The name Benji was picked well before Marion even knew she was getting a dog. Because the story of how she got Benji was she had a dream one time that she had a little white dog called Benji,
oh, okay.
and her dreams came true.
And your
Oh.
nightmares.
Long after she married you, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
GM
The
says,
light's been
"Well,
fading in her eyes daily.
I won't." GM says, "Well, I won't be throwing any restored aircraft in the bins after the hours and money spent getting them back in the air. Yes, but yours aren't plastic, GM. Yours are real ones."
Yes.
JT says Howard Stern was trying to push the limits of speech in America. He certainly was. Julian says, Jim, this was last century. Thinks I wasn't feeling old. Thank you for that, matey. Lol. Tiff says she always called her greyhound the mini horse because he was massive at 40 kilograms. Bloody hell. That gave the rabbits a chance. JT said, Gary, did you see my two in the pic I shared, JC and Penny? I did, John. They look really, really nice.
So, John, how come you're the only one that has all these people that you hate and fall out with?
Well, that's what, 2 people on the planet?
Me and Gary don't fall out with any other modelers or YouTubers.
Oh, I do.
All right. Well,
kind of.
I will
Tim
not name. I will not name though.
Tim has sent a couple of photos, so I'll share these because they're relevant.
Oh,
So
look at that.
That's his version of the
That's nice.
SAS Jeep.
Yeah, I like that.
It's better than what mine's going to look.
Yeah, same. That's lovely. I do like that canteen you've got hanging off there.
I just worked out why Kerry Ann suddenly dropped in and dropped out again.
Why?
Timmy's not on.
That's exceptional work there. I love that.
Really beautiful. I like the weathering you've done on those drums on top of the
Yeah.
He's just a good modeler in general, isn't he, Tim?
Yeah.
That's excellent.
He's another one I hate. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud?
Well, look.
And we just all sing his address. That's it. Kerry Ann will be able to stalk him now.
Yeah, right. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah. There you go.
Tim's now sending Uncle John an email saying, right, we've got to move because of you.
Yeah. Kerry Ann's in the bushes. Kerry Ann is now sat in the bushes watching. As well as Duke.
JT says big GSDs. German Shepherds. Julian says, Tiff, a school friend of mine had a Great Dane, but of a sod looking up to tell your dog off, lol. A bit of a sod looking up to tell your dog off, lol, yeah.
Okay, so.
Ooh. All right. Have I made a mistake by not putting the radiator in earlier?
JT says they were great dogs.
No, I have not.
And thank you. Thanks, Gary.
Yeah.
No problem,
Right.
JT.
I think generally I'm just gonna do what Tammy recommend. It's like everything. That's their painting guide. Everything dark yellow, and then weathering color, just sort of everywhere else.
Yeah.
So I'll just do that.
Julian says, JT, GSDs, ginormous sodding dogs. I think it's German Shepherds. Yeah, there you go, Julian. German Shepherd dogs. They were huge. Yeah, you don't argue with one of them.
I used to have a German Shepherd when I was a kid.
Yeah.
There you go, John. Message from Tiff for you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what doxing is.
It's when you make public somebody else's details and address and things.
Oh,
okay.
It was only to be fair, it wasn't. It was only a quick flash for FNAF, and I made it worse than it could have been.
Yeah.
The
only reason it's a problem is because you get a lot of people putting people's address up so that people can go and harass them and things.
Yep.
Okay.
It wasn't Tim's address; it was mine.
Oh God, Kerry Ann's going to be in the bushes outside your house.
It was actually because I put that address to you.
You wrote it, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter then, because Kerry Ann can see your address because it's taped to the wall in my man cave. Above it, someone's written, for a good time, call. GM says, wife has a dog. It was one of those used at fox hunts. What are they called? Smelly thing. Cats give it a whack or two.
Bloodhound.
Bloodhounds or something like that, are they?
Hmm.
JT says, my sister had an English Mastiff, 220 pounds, and a love sponge.
That sounds
wrong.
Strange.
Says, I don't need to be in the bushes anymore. Timmy, don't bother looking for any cameras. They aren't here. JT says, doxing. Thought that was dogs boxing. My two did. And Julian says, foxhound, beagle, GM. And Jim says to a JT, mastiffs have huge heads, cannonball size.
Yeah.
Wonderful dogs. I think Benji will be our one and only dog in later life. Joe says, finishing the 10,000 decals on my Airfix Phantom. Wife bought me a cheapy model at the discount store, an Aurora Atlantis USS Bainbridge from 1964. Wow. That sounds like a floaty thing to me.
Yeah. Yeah. When you get to your age, Gary, you've got to consider whether the dog's going to outlive you, haven't you?
JT says to Jim, they are. Joe says foxhounds or beagles.
go.
And we're into the last 5 minutes, gentlemen.
Yeah. So, what are we thinking we need to do off stream?
I'm
Oh,
at
what?
the stage where all this is going to be primed. Yeah,
Right.
both the people and all of it are just done. So
Right.
it'll be as is, just white
Right.
or
What
grey.
I'm thinking is, if you look at how the jerry cans and everything are arranged on it,
Yeah.
there's not going to be much of the vehicle showing. And if you prime it all, then you're going to have a hell of a job trying to get them all to stick down properly.
You're
So-
right. I could probably have another. Yeah, you're right. I can have another sesh of putting
Just
the
doing odd bits.
accoutrement on it and then do it all at once.
Yeah, do it all at once and then just paint the details in.
Yeah.
I think that would be the best way to do it. I could be wrong, but
Makes
I hope
sense.
so, he says, looking at
What,
his
gee.
primed vehicle.
you think about it, you look at all the jerry cans on the bonnet. If you painted the bonnet, how the hell are you going to stick all them jerry cans on?
Ah, they'll go on. I've got some 6-inch nails somewhere. I might do it as a wreck and they've all come off.
Yeah, you could do it as one that's been destroyed.
No. Jim says, Julian, Beagle known by another name here. And Julian says, Duke, that van from the Australian phone company has been parked opposite Tim's house for a suspiciously long time. And Jim says to Joe, wow, I remember the Bainbridge kit in its original Aurora boxing. There we go.
There we go. Right, so
Yeah.
old mate goes there. I haven't named these gents.
Dave,
But,
Barry.
Paddy.
Shazza and Dazza.
No, one's got to be Paddy.
One's got to be Taffy.
Yeah.
All right, so they'll just sit there for a week, and then we'll come back next week, sort of throw it all together.
Or they could be, as Millie Bobby Brown says, David Becker.
I don't know who Millie Bobby Brown is.
Get with the kids, mate.
Nah. Kid's
He's
bored.
married to John Bon Jovi's son.
Oh, right,
Oh.
okay. Because I know who that is as well.
Oh, for God's sake.
JT says, I had fun with you guys today. Getting excited about the Yag Panther build. See you tomorrow. Glad to have made a few people laugh. Yeah. June says 6-inch nails, another good pop group. Were they pop? I thought 6-inch nails were like a rock group or something. I can't remember. Bob says, are you missing the front panel slats to allow brush access for radiator core painting? No, what we're going to do is paint the radiator and prime the grill.
No, what he's saying, it looks like that.
Yeah.
The cutaway.
Yes.
Yeah.
What you will find later on in the build is you hang a lot of stuff off the front and you don't actually see much of the radiator because there's a bloody great water or a coolant unit thing goes on the front.
Yeah.
So there's my primed.
Next. Ian says, where's 2 hours gone? All I've done is stare at these sprues and make a painting plan. Good show, old boys. That's the old
painting plan.
I'm younger than you, Ian. Duke says, that van has nothing to do with me. They're stinking liars.
Good liars.
Joe says, Julian, or was it 9-inch nails? Jim says, I think it was 9-inch nails. Julian, I still need to find that bleeding card reader, Ian.
Can I just say, it's not about the size of the nail, it's how you drive it home.
Oh,
I'm too young for this conversation. Jim says, friends has 2 dogs, status and quo.
nice.
Ian says, Millie Bobby Brown looks like Natalie Portman.
Oh, no. That's
She's the
not
one that was in
fair
Star
on
Trek,
Natalie
Star
Portman.
Wars.
Natalie Portman is far more attractive than Millie
She
Bobby
was in
Brown.
Star Wars, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was the double for
Amidala.
was Keira Knightley the double for her? I always think Natalie Portman looks a lot like Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley's one out of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
They look nothing alike.
Yes, they do.
Oh yeah, she is.
Tim says, "Good stream, fellas. I named my dudes Harry, the Ginger, and Spud. He looks scarily like my old Kellic."
Killick.
Jim says, "Julian, best of luck, Julian." Julian says, "Oh yeah, 9 Inch Nails. Right, Joe. 6 Inch Nails is the Aussie tribute band fronted by Mr. Marley." John says, "Gary, how you use your hammer? Now I'm going." Ian says, "Julian, fingers crossed you find it very soon."
You'll be able to update us tomorrow.
Yeah. And Joe says, "Have a great day. Rest of your day, people." And you, Joe. Right. That's another 2 hours done. So we shall see you all tomorrow at 12 o'clock for the Yag Panther build.
Just for Mr. Childs, that was.
Yes. Hulval for now.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.